Hello guys, how you doing? It's Mason, and thank you very much, and welcome to the Mason's Tarot World. Of course, this is the specific page or group page that we talk about the ancient art of divination called the tarot, and here we do some teachings. We are going to be doing some readings, and we're going to be doing some education and enlightenment, spiritual development, and spiritual and motivation and inspiration as well, because everything is all entangled when we are talking about the tarot. So yes, today, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, by the way, wherever you might be. Today is actually the 12th of September, and it's Sunday, and it's actually a very exciting month. This month, September, because the 21st, either the 21st or the 22nd, we're gonna have an autumn equinox. So it's a very exciting month, because there's going to be a change into the energy and the vibration, into the reality of the self and of the earth and the universe. So it's going to be a very fantastic autumnal month. 21st, 22nd, we're going to have an autumnal equinox. But anyway, today we are talking about the minor arcana cards. We have spoken on quite a few videos about the introduction to the tarot cards, and we talked at great length about the 22 major arcana cards. But today we are going to be talking specifically about the 56 minor arcana cards. As you probably are aware, and if you're not aware, if you're not initiated, or if you're not knowledgeable into the tarot cards, there is about 78 cards, and 22 are the major arcana, all the way from the Fool to the World, and there are 56 minor arcana cards, and the minor arcana cards are divided into what are called suits, and in every suit there is about 16 cards, and in every suit there is what are called the cards themselves, the suit, which is all the start from the ace all the way to 10, and they also have what are called the personality cards, or the court cards. And the court cards are predominantly about personality and the characteristics of the individual. So there's about 4 court cards in every suit. So there's about, like I said, they are divided into 4, and all the way from the ace to 10, and they are further divided into court cards, which is a page, a knight, a king, and a queen. For example, so we've got the ace, we've got the wands here. Okay, this is just one of the suits, and we've got the cups, which is one of the suits. Okay, so it starts all the way from the ace to 10, and we've got the swords. We've got the ace of swords. Like I said, it starts from, there is no one in the there is no number one in the suits cards. There is ace. Ace is the beginning, so ace is the beginning. So there's the ace of swords that go all the way to 10, and lastly we've got the ace of pentacles. So we've got the pentacles here. So let me do a quick recap. So like I said, let me not confuse you, because there might be too much information to understand here. The tarot cards are divided into major arcana cards and the minor arcana cards. Major arcana cards is all about life-changing situations. So if you go to a tarot reader, and as a querent, and if your question is about something, and whatever that you're asking about on the spread or on the reading, the major arcana card, one of the 22 major arcana cards comes on your spread. This is a life changing situation, you need to really take it seriously and understand, because it's going to have repercussions and consequences in your life. So either you try to understand it, or you counteract, or you make better rational decisions based on that card. So those are the major arcana cards. Now, the minor arcana cards, which is about 56 of them, they are all about your everyday to-day living, your mundane things that are happening in your day-to-day experiences. The biggest difference between the major arcana and the minor arcana is the fact that you can have control, and you do have control to change the trajectory of the situation, whatever situation you might be entangled into. When the card comes in the minor arcana card comes on your spread, it's trying to tell you, do this, or try at least to follow this, because you've got control of the situation. That is the difference really between the major arcana card and the minor arcana card. The major arcana card, you've got very little control of the situation. You're just gonna have to react, and you're just going to have to go with the flow and trying to change your perception of your understanding. The minor arcana cards, on the other hand, you've got complete control of the situation. You can change circumstances. So if these cards come on your reading, you can change it. So these cards can come on a day. You can have, if it comes on a daily reading, that means on a daily basis, you can change the situation where your life is heading. Okay, so like I always say, cards are energy, archetypal, psychological emblems or symbols trying to tell you about your state of your psychological self or your spiritual self. Okay, but yes, so there are, like I said, they are divided into four suits. Suit of wands. Okay, they start all the way from the S. Like I say, there is no one. The starting card is the S. So there's Ace of Wands, and they go all the way to 10 of Wands. Okay, and furthermore, we've got what are called the court cards, or personality or character cards. And this starts off with the page. So we've got the Page of Wands, and they go all the way to the Queen of Wands. So you've got the Page, right? And you've got the Queen, you've got the Knight of Wands, and you've got the King of Wands. So there are 4 court cards in every suit. So the same thing goes along with the cups. So again, it started with the Ace of Cups and all the way to number 10, which is the 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups here, right? And again, in the same suit, we have what are called the personality card. So we've got the Page, we've got the Knight of Cups, we've got the Queen of Cups, and lastly, we've got the Queen of Cups. And we go further, the third, which is the swords. So we've got this sword in this the third suit. We've got the sword, Ace of Sword, and again it goes all the way to number 10, which is the 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords here. Okay, so this is the third suit in the minor arcana card, and just like the wands and the cups, the swords also has the personality, the 4 personality cards, which is the Page of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and lastly the King of Swords. And lastly, on the 4 suits of the minor arcana cards, we've got what are called the Pentacles. Now the Pentacles, like I said, like we did the same thing with the wands and the cups and the swords. We've got the Ace of Pentacles all the way to 10. So we've got the Ace, Then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then 10 of Pentacles. And in the same suit, just like the Wands, the Cups, and the Swords, we've got the Page of Swords, Page of Pentacles, and we've got the Knight of Pentacles, and we have the Queen of Pentacles, and of course, lastly, the King of Pentacles. So yes, the minor arcana cards, they are very, very equally important, because when we are talking about the minor arcana cards, really what we are talking about, technically it is about the ones it's all about ideas, it's all about the thoughts, what you are thinking, it's all about what's coming on, the seeds that you are planting inside yourself, inside your mind. Okay, this is what really the Wands is all about. It's all about ideas, the seeds, conception. I'm gonna try to explain this a little bit later, okay, for you, right? And the cups is all about emotion. It's all about emotion. It's all about your feelings, how you're feeling about certain situation. And the S of, the swords, it's all about action. What action are you going to take? Okay? And the Pentacles, last but not least, is the Pentacles is all about manifestation. Manifestation right there. Right. Now, the thing is, you need to, what you really ought to understand about the minor cards, right, is this. You need to understand the nature of reality. You need to understand spirituality and a bit of psychology as well. We live in a world of thoughts. We live in a mental world where everything starts with a conception. Because everything that happens in reality, it starts with an idea. Now, an idea, it is the Wands. The Wands represent ideas. What are you planting? What is the seeds that you are planting? What are you thinking? Everything that you know in that is in existence in reality starts off as a wand, as an idea. So the Wands represents an idea. Everything. Think about wherever you are, just look around. Everything that you can see around you, it was an idea. It was a conception that was in the mind first before it became a reality. So everything starts off as an idea. So an idea, it is the wand. The wand, it is the seeds that you are planting. So if this card ever comes on your reading, it's trying to talk about what your thinking are, your psychological state of mind, what you are thinking, what are the thoughts. Pay attention to the ideas. Do not entertain certain ideas, certain thoughts, because certain thoughts are detrimental to your reality. But you can change your mind, change your thoughts. So this card or this suit, the Wands, it's all about conceptual, it's all about ideas, it's all about the seeds that you're planting inside your mind. Like I said, everything starts off with the mind. So what are you thinking, and what are you planting inside your psyche? Because everything that you're going to create, or everything that's going to manifest into your reality, starts off with what you're thinking. So be careful and be mindful of your thoughts. So this is what this card is really trying to tell you about yourself and about your situation. It's all about ideas. Now, the second card, the second set of cards, it is the suits. In the suit, it is the cups. Now, the cups is all about emotions. Emotions. Whenever you start off with an idea, any idea that you create in your mind, you're going to have an emotional attachment to it. And through your feelings, how do you feel about your idea that you've created? The idea that you have come up with in your mind. What's your feeling? What's your emotional attachment to that idea. So when this card comes, this card, the cups represents emotions, it represents your feelings, your emotional attachment to that conception that you have come up with. So this is what this card is all about. It's all about the feelings. So if this card ever comes on your reading, it's trying to remind you to get in touch with your emotions, get in touch with your feelings. Possibly you need to change your emotional and your feelings about the situation at hand. This is why probably you are not breaking the chains, breaking the patterns. This is probably why you're still stuck in the same place, because of your emotional attachment to the situation or to the idea. So the cups will remind you to pay attention to your emotions and your feelings about the situation, about the ideas, about the thoughts. So the next card on the minor arcana cards, it is the swords. As you all know, you plant a seed. When you're planting a seed, you have created an idea. The emotions that you're gonna come up with, that you're gonna have a relation to it. This is the ones. But now here comes the action bit. What action are you gonna take through the idea that you've created, the idea you've got an emotional attachment with? What action and what course of action are you going to take? What direction of action are you going to take? So the swords is trying to remind you to get in touch with your, think twice about the action that you're going to make. Reflect on the action that you're going to make. Think about it carefully. And be mindful of the consequences and the repercussions of the actions that you're going to make. So the sword is all about action. What is the action that you're going to make? Yes, you've created an idea. Yes, you've got an emotional attachment to it. But most importantly, what route of action you're going to make? And when you're going to make that action? So if this card comes on your pattern, on your reading, on your spread, it's trying to remind you, pay attention, be mindful to the action that you're making. Possibly the situation you are right now is because of the actions you've made before. Maybe there were wrong choices. Maybe there were wrong decisions. Maybe there were ill-informed decisions. So pay attention to them. So this is what this suit of cups is trying to tell you. And then lastly, it is of course the Pentacles. Now the Pentacles, we're talking about manifestation. Now let's go back. We started off with we planted a seed, which is the wands. We planted a seed in our mind. We came up with an idea. Everything that you can think of started off with as an idea. The idea was planted in your mind. Your mind created this, and this was the wand. Then you have feelings about that idea, which is the cups. You have an emotional attachment to that idea, and you took the action, which is the cup. Now, lastly, it is the manifestation of your idea, which is the Pentacles. So the Pentacles is all about manifestation. Has this situation manifested? Is this situation manifesting? Is this situation going to manifest? Everything that you have thought about, you set out to do, when is it going to manifest? Is it really going to come into fruition? If this card comes on your spread, it shows that whatever you've been thinking of, whatever you had emotional attachment with, whatever you have acted upon on, eventually you're going to reap the fruits of your work. You're going to manifest and go for harvest. So this is what this card is all about. It's a beautiful, beautiful card because it's all about manifestation. The Pentacles is all about manifestation. And like I always say, but there are different types of S obviously is the beginning, but they go all the way to Ace 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So on the next videos, we're going to go through every single card of the suits. Okay. So lastly, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about the court cards. Okay. Now the court cards, like I say to you, they are divided into 4. We've got the court cards in the wands. We've got the court cards in the cups, in the action. We've got the court cards in the cups here. We've got the court cards in the we've got the court cards in the feelings, which is the cups, and we've got the court cards in the action, which is the swords, right? And lastly, we've got the court cards in the pentacles. Now, the court cards themselves, they represent personality. And whenever the court card comes in your reading, it is all about, especially if your question, if you are asking about the relationships, okay, the court card is all about the characteristics, it's all about personality, the kind of person you're going to be with, the kind of person you're going to be in a relationship with, the kind of person that is going to come into your life, whether it is at work, whether it's a friend or colleague, whatever it is. So the court card is all about personality of the potential person that you're going to meet. And the other thing I need to tell you about the court cards as well, court cards, right, the court cards really, it's all about, like I say to you, it is all about the persons, let me write, yeah, like I said, the wands, the cups, the swords, and so on and so forth, right? So when you're talking about the court cards, we are talking about what kind of person you're going to meet. Like I said, let me just read something out for you. Maybe it might make sense. There are 16 cards that represent the court cards: the king, the queen, the knight, and the page of each of the 4 suits: the wands, cups, swords, and pentacles. The knights have a significant purpose in a reading because they are the instigators of change, marking the beginning or end of a sequence of events. When a knight appears on your spread, a long-term condition will certainly change. So if, just in case in your reading, a court card comes on your reading, right, one of these cards, it means a sudden change of events, okay? It means things are going to change positively in your situation. So a court card is a very, very, very good card, especially if it's a knight card, okay? Right, so the remaining court cards, king, queen, and page, serve several different functions in a reading. Each of the 12 cards is represented by an astrological sign, and in their face, and perhaps the most important function, that represent people, the types of people defined by their sign. Second, because they are represented by an astrological sign, the king, queen, and page each have months of the year that their sign is related to, the same as astrology. So if any of these court cards comes on your reading, right? If any of these court cards comes on your reading, right, hold on, let me just clean up myself here. As this a bit warm. If any of these court cards comes on your reading, pay attention to them, especially if your question is about relationship, because every single court card here represents the kind of person that you are possibly going to meet in a relationship, the kind of person who's going to come into your life. And the other thing as well, which I think is really, really significant, is about the when they're gonna meet you, when you're gonna meet them. For example, the King of Wands, it represents Aries, right, between March and April, and the Queen of Cups represents Scorpio. Page of Swords represents Taurus. So really, if this card, any of these cards, any of the court cards, it's only 4 of them in every suit. If any of these cards comes into your reading, it simply means what kind of person you're going to meet and when are you going to meet them. So if your question is all about relationship or people coming into your life and the court card that come on your spread, pay attention to them, because it shows, because every single court card has got a specific astrological sign, a specific time zone, whether it is spring, whether it is summer, whether it is autumn, or whether it's winter. So roughly it gives you a guide of when you're going to meet this particular individual, when this individual is going to come into your life. So it's a very, very fantastic and interesting set of cards. So if they ever comes on your reading. So ladies and gentlemen, I just thought I'll give you a little bit of introduction to these minor Arcana cards and trying to make you understand the importance of tarot cards as an art of divination. Most people, of course, they aren't aware that tarot cards have been here for a very, 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 very long time. Yes, there is so much myth and so much disinformation, so much stories about tarot cards, but unless we give you a proper teaching and a proper education and proper understanding, most people are going to be disillusioned and they might not be aware and understanding why tarot cards are very, very important. It is just a form of divination that is trying to get you in touch with your spiritual self or your psychological self. Everything is energy. Everything is energy. And the emblems and the symbols on these cards are trying to explain to you your psychological state of situation, your spiritual state of situation. Like I say to you, we are spiritual beings, and we got so much entangled into matter, and because we got so much entangled into matter, we totally forgotten our divinity and our spiritual self. And by forgetting and developing this kind of amnesia, we have lost in touch of the inner light within us. But sometimes this inner light is trying to teach you and tell you something. And the emblems and the symbols on these cards is trying to enlighten you and giving you that understanding of where you are heading to, where you might be going to. Okay, one thing I need to emphasize as well, ladies and gentlemen, is this. Tarot cards aren't for fortune telling. You know, if you ever hear somebody telling you that you are going to get rich, you're going to get so much money, or you're going to do this and that, they are making things up, because the tarot card has got nothing to do with fortune telling. It is all about understanding your state of your spiritual self, your state of your psychological self. We live in a mental reality. We live in a mental universe. And sometimes, because of our entanglement into matter and because of our ego, we do not understand the spiritual reality of the self. So the symbols on these cards, the emblems on this card, is trying to tell you, to make you understand the situation at hand. So we need to pay attention to that. So ladies and gentlemen, hopefully this video has been helpful, and if I haven't made anything clear at all, or if you are not if you are confused about a certain aspect of what I've said, please inbox me and I can make a video to clarify and to make you understand, because I want everybody to understand tarot cards, and we all need to break the myth. We need to give you right information and to trust that tarot card is an ancient form of divination, but it is all about your spiritual self. It is all about your it is all about psychotherapy, to be quite honest. And you need to understand it. And you need to have faith and believe in it. But how are you going to have faith and believe it if you do not totally understand? So hopefully I've done justice for you in this video. And the next videos I'm going to be doing is trying to explain card by card. So we totally understand whether it is the Ace of Wands, it is the Ace of Cups, it is the Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, whether it is one of the major Arcana cards, if it is the Fool, if it is the Hermit, the Hierophant, whatever it is, we're going to be talking about card after card per video. So we're not going to be confusing you. This is just a little introduction because we just formed this page and we're just introducing tarot card to the world there. And so yeah, we're going to be going card by card and explaining everything about the card, its meaning, its esoteric meaning, its astrological meaning, its a mythology behind it, the emblems, the symbols on it, try to explain the true spiritual meaning to the emblems and the symbols, because every card is trying to tell you a lot. And there is a lot of spiritual knowledge that you can learn from every single tarot card, whether it's a major or a minor Arcana card. So hopefully, ladies and gentlemen, I've done justice to you. And yes, thank you very much to coming here to the Mason Tarot world. We're going to be carrying on teaching and learning as we go along. So like I always say, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Look after yourself, and hopefully I'll see you next time. And please tune in, share these videos, and we're gonna the next videos, like I say to you, we're gonna be talking about the individual cards themselves. So it's going to be a video, a card, a video, a card, a card, a video, a video, a card. If you understand what I'm trying to say here. So we have a clear understanding of everything about ancient art of divination called tarot. Okay, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mason, and this is the Mason Tarot World. Okay, thank you. Goodbye. Bye-bye.